Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes, biology session, story of microorganisms 1 and 2. In the last class, we have studied about the different types of microorganisms. What are microorganisms? The organisms which we cannot see out with our naked eyes, isn't it? And into how many categories these microorganisms are classified? Microorganisms are classified into four main categories. What are they? Bacteria, fungi, algae, and protozoa. These are four main categories. And another final category, what is that? Viruses. Okay, viruses are different from the remaining four categories of microorganisms because viruses are considered as living only in the host. Outside the host, they are acting like non-living, isn't it? So, in the today's class, let us study more about these microorganisms. Are you ready, children? Yes, let us proceed. Microbes are extremely small organisms that cannot be seen with naked eyes. They are also called microorganisms. Microbes are also called microorganisms. Example, bacteria, fungi. So, microbes are not always harmful to us. So, generally we are in opinion that microorganisms are invisible enemies. Okay. By the end of this lesson, story of microorganisms, you will be in an opinion that the microorganisms are also useful. Okay. Microbes are not always harmful to us, or we can better to call, not all microbes are harmful. Okay. But also helpful. Many microorganisms helpful to us. Okay. In this lesson, we will learn about both friendly microbes as well as harmful microbes. Role of microbes in our life. We know that the microbes make us sick by causing diseases, but the truth is microbes are also beneficial to us in a variety of ways, in many ways. They help in preparation of several household and industrial products like curd, cake, bread, antibiotics, and beverages. They also help the environment acting as decomposers and biofertilizers. They play an important role in sewage treatment as well. We can say we start our day with microorganisms and end our day with microorganisms. Isn't it? Do you agree? You have to. Why? Because see, microorganisms produce several household products. So we use curd every day. Okay. Whenever you go to a bakery, cake or anything you purchase, it contains yeast, a microorganism, a bread, microorganisms. And when you get sick, when you take a medicine, it is also made from microorganisms. Antibiotics. Okay. So without microorganisms, so let us suppose there are no microorganisms on this earth. Imagine how it will be, the world. So it is unimaginable. Without microorganisms, we can't survive. They are part and participle of our life. Okay. They are decomposers. They are scavengers on this earth. Okay, if any organism died, if no human being is removing that organism, a dead body of a cat or a rat or a dog, what happened? It will stay like that only. If microorganisms are not there, the entire earth is filled with these microorganisms. When a dead body is buried in the soil, what happened? It is decomposing. Okay, it is converted into soil by these microbes like bacteria and fungi. Okay, children? So much waste materials, household waste materials are there. So they enter into the drainage, sewage treatment. Sewage treatment, microorganisms are added to it to decompose it. After decomposing, the foul smell doesn't come from that organic matter. Okay? A compost which we use as a biofertilizer. So microorganisms are parts of our life. Okay, children, let us begin. Microbes' role in curdling of milk. So how the curd is prepared? The microbes play a vital role in the preparing the curd from milk. Okay, a curd contains a bacterium that is called lactobacillus bacterium. So lactobacillus is a friendly bacterium. It treats and prevents diarrhea. It helps in food breakdown and absorption of nutrients. So that's the reason why when an infant, a small baby, gets motions or loose motions and vomitings, then a pediatrist, a child doctor, okay, he will prescribe Sporilac. Sporilac is a sachets which contain lactobacillus bacterium. It mixes with the water or the mother's milk and can be given to the infants. So it's a friendly bacterium. Which one? Lactobacillus bacterium. Every day we use this bacterium. This bacteria plays a very important role in our day-to-day life. All milk products like cheese, butter, curd contain this bacteria, lactobacillus bacteria. It is a rod-shaped bacteria. Okay, the following changes lead to the formation of curd from the milk. How curd is made? You can ask your mother. Okay, you can do the experiment also. A small amount of curd, it is called a starter. In a spoon you can take. It is added to milk. The milk must be lukewarm, light warm. Okay, lactobacillus present in the curd converts the sugar in the milk. Milk sugar is called lactose. That milk sugar is converted to lactic acid. Okay, milk sugar is converted to lactic acid. So this is called curdling of milk. What is the source of this bacterium? Yesterday's curd. A little curd acts as a source of bacterium. So it is added to lukewarm milk. Okay, lactic acid imparts sour taste to curd. Increased acidity causes milk proteins. The milk protein is called casein to turn into solid mass. So this changes the texture of curd. Okay, actually milk is a liquid, curd is a somewhat solid. Okay, how that solidification of milk takes place? By the action of lactic acid bacteria. The lactic acid bacteria produce lactic acid. The lactic acid causes the coagulation of milk. Okay, so it changes the protein casein of milk into a solid mass. Okay, children, this is curdling of milk by lactic acid bacteria. See, this is the milk, lukewarm milk. We are adding a curd, so it converts into curd. Milk converted into curd. It is a permanent change. It is a chemical reaction. Okay, overnight it will take. It may take some 6 to 8 hours to convert milk into curd, approximately. Okay. So this is about the microorganism, how it is useful. The lactic acid bacteria, friendly bacteria. Next, microbes' role in baking. Yeast. Yeast is another useful microorganisms. Without yeast, there is no, we can't enjoy any bakery food materials. Okay, total bakery depends upon this yeast. All baking products from the bakery. Yeast is used as a raising agent in baking. Most commonly used yeast is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces cerevisiae family. The yeast, it is a unicellular, and it is due to the action of yeast that the dough rises. If you leave it for some time, adding yeast to it during kneading. So you know very well, the maida mixture which is made, to which this yeast powder is added. So this yeast produce the carbon dioxide and the ethyl alcohol, alcoholic somewhat. The smell will be different. It is called fermentation. So that carbon dioxide which is produced will raise the dough. Dough or flour contains carbohydrates. Yeast, when added to it, it converts carbohydrates into carbon dioxide. Due to the formation of carbon dioxide, the dough rises. While preparing a cake or a bread, the dough is baked. Once baked, the yeast dies. Okay, baked means on oven. In the oven it can be kept. As a result, a soft and spongy baked product is formed, which we are enjoying the taste. It is called the cake. Sometimes we call it as a sponge cake. Different types of cakes are produced by adding different flavors, isn't it? But the main ingredient is yeast. Yeast produces carbon dioxide, which will raise the dough and which gives that smoothness. Okay. So this is the bread. This is the cake. All breads and cakes made of yeast. Okay. And the carbohydrates. The carbohydrates is raised by producing the carbon dioxide by yeast. Now, two important friendly microorganisms we have come across. One is Lactobacillus bacterium and the second one is yeast. Let us go for role of microbes in baking. The microbes also play a vital role in fermenting idli, dosa and batter. Idli, dosa, batter. You know, your mother will prepare. Okay, idli, dosa batter contains wood pulses. Wood pulses. White color. The pulses. Okay. So it can be soaked in the water. After soaking, it can be grained. Okay, that idli mixture can be prepared. That is called idli or dosa batter. So these wood seeds contain lactic acid bacterium, LAB, L-A-B, lactic acid bacteria. So these bacteria lead to the formation of lactic acid and carbon dioxide. Okay, lactic acid fermentation, it is called lactic acid fermentation reaction takes place. The formation of lactic acid gives a sour taste to the batter. Therefore, the batter should not be fermented for too long, else it may turn too sour. Okay, so that's why overnight it can be kept. but if it is kept in the refrigerator it won't happen. So outside only we have to keep, so that the fermentation takes place at room temperature, that is some 24 to 30 degrees in between. Okay, so the carbon dioxide and lactic acid is added, so souring of that batter takes place, which add taste as well as some vitamins also added to that. Okay, so idli, dosa, vada, all these breakfasts can be prepared in the morning. By keeping that batter overnight, the reaction takes place. So that mixture also sometimes it will overflow the container because of souring, because of fermentation. Okay, that's why it should not be fermented for too long. Okay, otherwise what happens, it become too sour. Okay children, what is that bacteria which help in making dosa idli batter more tasty? Lactic acid bacteria. Next, microbes role in antibiotic preparation. Microbes are also used to prepare antibiotics, which are used to treat several bacterial infections. Antibiotic which acts against the bacterium, which kills the bacterium. Antibiotics. Okay, penicillin is the first antibiotic prepared by Alexander Fleming. Okay, it's a serendipity discovery. Antibiotics are the chemical substances that kill disease causing microbes. It is quite interesting to find that there are some microbes which cause diseases. On the other hand, some other microbes help in preparation of antibiotics and thus cure diseases. See the wonder. Okay, so he is the Alexander Fleming who discovered the penicillin antibiotic. Alexander Fleming, a Scottish scientist, discovered the first antibiotic, named it as penicillin. Okay, this is the fungi from which this antibiotic is produced. Penicillium notatum, it is a fungi. Okay, Penicillium notatum, and this drug which is made from this penicillin, wonderful antibiotic. Okay, so it is the first antibiotic. After that, so many antibiotics were prepared from the bacteria as well as from fungi. Role of microbes in vaccination. Vaccination is a process in which vaccine is given to improve the immunity of the body against a specific disease. A vaccine is a biological preparation that resembles a disease causing microbe. These vaccines are made up of dead or very weak microbes. Okay, this is the vaccine. Vaccine is given to infants. Vaccine is given to the children below 5 years of age. In vaccination, a memory of the disease causing organism is created inside the body so that the body can fight back any further attack of the same disease causing organism. Okay. A vaccine contains the specific microbe. A polio vaccine contains polio virus. A mumps vaccine contains mumps virus. A measles vaccine contains measles virus. Most of the viruses can be prevented, viral diseases can be prevented by vaccination. Okay, it was the Edward Jenner, first person to introduce the vaccination. The process of vaccination, it is also called immunization, means it boosts the immunity. Already in our body there is one system called immune system, which is ready to fight against the disease causing organisms which enter into our body. Okay, so when a vaccine is given, that dead or very weak microbe will stimulate the body. It prepares the body so that antibodies are produced. So when the living microbe enters into the body, these antibodies will fight and we will be prevented from the disease. A vaccination is a permanent solution for certain diseases. Certain diseases are eradicated, totally vanished from this earth. Smallpox. The chicken pox is one of the disease. It was almost vanished. Okay, smallpox was vanished by the vaccination of Edward Jenner. Introduced the vaccine for smallpox, and vaccine for anthrax, vaccine for many diseases. The modern vaccines, MMR vaccine, mumps, measles and rubella, the common vaccine. Okay, what is the vaccine which is polio vaccine? The polio also almost eradicated from India. So every year the booster doses of polio will be given to these 5 years below the children, isn't it? Okay, so many vaccines are available which decreases the death rate of human beings. Okay, next, what is vaccination? The vaccine is introduced into the body which resemble a disease causing organism, at the same time very mild to cause any harm to the body. It is harmless. Okay, just some mild fever they may get, because body, if fever is not our body is not responded to the vaccine, then it is useless vaccine. So immediately after giving vaccine, the body gets it respond to that vaccine. The body produces antibodies in response to the vaccine. These antibodies fight any further attack of the antigen. What is an antigen? Antigen is a foreign particle. It may be a bacteria, it may be a virus, or it may be a spore of fungi, or it may be any dust particle. Anything which possesses some specific weight in micrograms, it is called as a antigen. Mostly antigens are proteins. Okay, antibodies are also proteins. The antigen refers to any foreign substance inside the body. These can be chemicals, microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, or toxins, or even pollen or spores. The antigens trigger means stimulate immune system to produce antibodies. The antibodies recognize and neutralize the pathogens. Pathogens means disease causing organisms are called pathogens. So each antibody binds to a specific antigen. The antigens are deactivated or destroyed by the antibodies. When the antibodies population is more compared to the antigens, then we are safe, no disease. When the number of antigens are more compared to antibodies, then we will get the disease. The vaccination has been a huge success. The diseases like smallpox are eradicated, means vanished. Many diseases like polio, tetanus, and measles have been reduced to a large extent by means of these vaccines. Some important vaccines like anti-polio vaccine, MMR vaccine, TT vaccine, okay, triple antigen vaccine. So many vaccines are available. So you can list out these vaccines, or you can take out your what do you call one file is maintained up to 5 years. You ask your mother or your parents to show that file, how many vaccines are given, what time it is given, below 5 years, okay, within 1 year what are the vaccines are given, in the second year what are the vaccines are given. Okay, so that will be helpful to you to know the more about the vaccines. Okay, discovery or invention of these vaccines made our lives somewhat secured. Our life is secured by means of these vaccines. Okay, okay children, I hope you understood today's class. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.